They warned us not to laugh at the masquerade, not to stand too close, not to talk too loud, and definitely not to look them in the eye. But Ada, she laughed. And not a small laugh. A loud, chest-shaking, teeth-showing kind of laugh that echoed around the village square like a curse. I was standing right there. I saw everything. Let me take you back. It was the final day of the Ijele Festival in our village. That's the one day in the year when the tallest and most feared masquerade comes out. Ijele is not like the small masquerades the kids chase around during New Yam Festival. This one is different. It is big, so big that it needs people to help carry the costume before it enters the shrine. Its face is covered with white chalk, and its eyes are always dark, deep like a well. The stories say it doesn't walk like a man, and it doesn't forget disrespect. The whole village was there that day. You couldn't find a free spot in the square. People were standing on stools, sitting on rooftops, even climbing trees just to see the dance. The air was thick with dust, sweat, and noise. Mothers were shouting at their children. Traders were calling out prices of roasted meat. Young girls wore their finest wrappers and painted their lips with red oil. That's what we did during festival days. That's what Ada did too. Ada was standing beside me. We were both 17. She had tied her sister's yellow wrapper, the one that hugged her waist and made all the boys turn. Her hair was done up in small black braids, her skin shiny from shea butter. She had that her usual stubborn look, the one she always wore when someone told her what not to do. She was chewing fried groundnut when the drums changed. We knew that beat. It was the Ijele's drum. Everything went quiet for a few seconds. Even the baby stopped crying. Then it appeared. I can't lie to you. Every single time I see that masquerade, something in my body goes cold. The way it moves, slow and proud, like a spirit that knows the ground belongs to it. It wore its usual layers of cloth, red, black, white, green, all floating around it like mist. Its staff hit the earth in rhythm with the drum. Boom. 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 People started shouting and clapping. The air was hot, but no one cared. We were all caught up in it. The energy, the fear, the excitement, it was everywhere. Except in Ada. The masquerade started spinning. You know how they move, slow at first, like they are floating. Then suddenly they jump and land like thunder. Everybody gasped. Even me. Goosebumps stood on my skin. But Ada. She shook her head and said, "Abeg, what's all this one? Look at the way it's dancing like it wants to fall." Then she laughed. Not just a small chuckle. She bent slightly, slapped her thigh, and laughed loud enough for people around us to turn and look. I remember thinking, did she really just do that? At first, I thought maybe nobody heard. The drums were loud. The crowd was cheering. But the masquerade stopped. Mid-dance. Just froze. Then it turned slowly, as if it was trying to figure out who dared laugh. The drummers paused. The dancers stepped back. Even the sun, I swear, seemed to hide behind a cloud. People began to murmur, moving away from us. That's when I knew we were in trouble. The masquerade pointed its staff straight at Ada. And just like that, the crowd scattered. Some people screamed. Some dropped their wrappers and ran barefoot. Someone even jumped inside the palm wine seller's drum. I remember feeling like my chest would burst. I grabbed Ada's arm and tried to pull her away, but she stood there like someone whose legs had turned to wood. Her smile was gone. Her eyes were wide now. The elders came out, shouting. One of them poured gin on the ground. Another held a white chicken. The masquerade didn't move. It just kept pointing. Ada's father was called. He came running, chest heaving, sweat pouring like rain. He knelt in front of the masquerade and begged. The chicken was slaughtered. Prayers were said. The masquerade finally turned and walked away, slow and stiff. Ada fainted. She was carried away by two young men. Her head was rolled to the side. People were watching her like she was already gone. Even the market women who didn't believe in spirits had gone quiet. They said she was sick for 3 weeks. Couldn't talk. Couldn't eat. Just stared at the wall like she was watching something we couldn't see. Her mother said she would wake up at night, shaking and mumbling things in a language no one understood. She eventually got better. But she doesn't come out during festivals anymore. Doesn't wear bright colors. Doesn't laugh too loud. And she never goes near a masquerade again. As for me, I learned that day that not everything is for jokes. Some things are better left alone. Some laughs can wake things you don't want to meet. I still get goosebumps when I hear the drums in July. I still remember the sound of her laugh right before everything changed. Never laugh at the masquerade. Even if you think it's funny. Even if your best friend is standing beside you. Just don't.